Okay, so today we will be building this Greek-inspired villa. I will be building this on the For Rent expansion pack. So I'll be making this into 4 different apartments. However, if you just want to make it into one big villa, you go right ahead. Now, like I say, this is just Greek-inspired, so if something isn't entirely accurate to Greek architecture, I do apologise, but like I said, it's just inspired. I just took a few pictures that I like to look at and got a few different ideas from those. Now, I started off with a basic rectangle around the perimeter of the plot and added where I wanted the sort of entranceway to be. Now, I messed about with the sizing quite a lot, and you'll notice that I'm very indecisive because I didn't fully have an idea of what I wanted. And like I say, I was just putting sort of a base down. I knew I wanted some different levels and some balconies, and I knew the basic shape that I wanted, but as you'll see, I go back and forth and change things quite a bit. Now here I'm just deleting all of the internal walls I made because I don't want them to mess about with our doors and windows when we go to put those on. And here I'm just going to put some columns down. Don't worry, it's annoying me too that it's not central, but we will go back and fix that later. It's just a base to see what the structure looks like, and then we will perfect it. Now I thought this little area here could be a bit of a patio to sit outside in the sun, and above that I didn't want too many balconies, so I had the roof here and just squished that down to size and made it pretty much flat. Now this is where I choose the wrong roof type, and I'm sorry, that is the only thing in this build that is not base game, but don't worry, there is one that is very similar. It's just a slight bit more of a red orange than a true orange like the one I used, but it is the same sort of style. And now this roof, I messed about with this roof so much I couldn't get it to a way I liked, so we will come back to those little squares. I don't know what I'm doing with these squares. I don't like them. We delete them straight away. But I will come back to this roof in a bit, but basically we make it all flat, cover the entire roof, and then we'll keep playing with this. We'll come back to it. This is just, like I say, a basic part of the build just to see what it looks like. And obviously copy and paste that to the other side. There's a lot of copy and pasting with this. See, it looks cute. Now I finally have an idea of what I want to do with this entranceway, so I add some different columns and this little fancy bit at the top here. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, we add that in. I had the same one at the back and changed the columns over to the same ones that we used at the front and add them a bit more evenly. Now I copy and paste that up there onto the balcony, and I pull the roof forward. I told you we weren't done with the roof, and yeah, just space the columns out evenly on the balcony, and like I said, lots of copy and pasting, copy and paste that over. Again, with your floors, copy and paste those marble floors everywhere, we want them matching. Okay, so I'm going to go along the balconies and add in this fencing. You know, we don't want our Sims falling off. Now I've added some blue in there, so I added these blue and white windows. You know, blue and white, it's iconic Greek colours, isn't it? So I added those along the patio, and then I added these windows, and I can't think of what those little doubles on the windows are called, but I thought they were very Greek. Now this seems like a random time to place the pool, I know, but I just really wanted to work out how central it was. And I'm going to go round with that white marble floor again, just create a little square around it. I do apologise, at the minute I have a marble trim on the pool. I get rid of that straight away. I actually think it looks better without the marble trim and just the marble floor around it. Now I'm going to go and add some little patios at the front here and really make this all even. I'm going to mess with the roof again, because why not? Now I'm going to add that same fencing around here and just add a cute little blue and white curved door so they can get out onto the patio. I'm going to split the villa in half, top and bottom, and add a little wood trim that just matches the roof, sort of in colour, so it's tying those two in a bit. Now adding some basic white stairs just all the way across onto that little patio area. And obviously we can't have a ball without some deck chairs, so just adding some nice white deck chairs. And the grass didn't look right, so I added this flooring. Again, copy and paste that marble flooring absolutely everywhere. Okay, now like I said, blue and white is iconic Greek colours, so I changed all of this to a blue and white fencing instead. And I think that looks really cute. I like that. Now obviously our Sims have to be able to get in, so I just add these little blue and white doors in and some steps. And I don't want to talk about how long I played around with these steps. I couldn't decide whether I wanted 2 or 3 across. In the end I went with 2 and put the door central. It wasn't that deep, but yeah, that's what I went with. I also thought we should have a door at the back here, so I added that same blue and white door from the top and that little balcony to the back. Now again, just deleting all the interior walls so they don't get in our way, and copying that marble floor and the basic white wall. Now I'm going to add those same windows that we used at the back, sort of everywhere, and just mess about with them till you get them where you want them. Now on the balcony I wanted some bigger windows, and I put these ones all the way across. Now here I figured out that this was a much easier way to do this rather than trying to fight with the balcony. Look how cute it looks already, and we're not even done. So obviously they need to be able to get onto the balcony, so we're just going to add a little door in there. Now at this point I still wanted it to be 2 villas, so I will go back in and add another door a bit later on at the other side of the balcony. But now we're just adding windows all the way around, and just playing with the spacing of them until we get it right. Now I just finished off the roofs and sort of tied them all together, made it look a bit more finished with this like basic white trim. This is nothing special. I don't think it really matters which one you use. Now this I thought was a genius idea. I used the smallest height wall you can get and drew it all along this patio area at the top, and coloured that in, yeah, you know what, we're going with it. Coloured that in with a wood colour wallpaper to create this like slat effect as a roof, and I was so proud of myself for this, I can't even lie. And I'm just going to copy those walls to the front here to create the same effect. Add some plants and some lights to our little patio area so it's nice at night. And obviously we've got to have some little sofas out there for them to sit on. Now this front area was still annoying me, so I added some rooms at either side and some more columns, and then I deleted those, including the floor, so that I could add some steps in just to make it a little bit more finished and not just a solid step. And that is the outside of our Greek inspired villa done. If you come back for the next video, we will be making the inside of the villa.